You can do whatever you want. At 22, Ryan had always felt unsure about the direction of his life. He had dreams, ideas, and ambitions, but often hesitated to act on them because of fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of the unknown. Like many young adults, he found himself stuck in a routine that didn't make him happy. He worked a 9-to-5 job that paid the bills but left him feeling empty inside. One evening, after a particularly long day at work, Ryan sat on his couch, scrolling through social media. He saw people his age traveling the world, starting businesses, and pursuing passions they loved. The images were full of excitement. But instead of feeling inspired, Ryan felt even more stuck. Why can't I do that? He thought. What's holding me back? Then, something clicked. He realized that the only thing stopping him was himself. All those excuses he made, lack of time, lack of money, fear of what others would think, were just barriers he had built in his mind. I can do whatever I want, he whispered to himself. But saying it wasn't enough. He knew he had to take action. The next morning, Ryan made a list of all the things he wanted to do in life. Travel to a new country. Start a small side business. Learn a new skill. And meet new people. He didn't need to do everything at once. But he knew he had to start somewhere. First, he saved money for a trip he had always dreamed of. It wasn't the fanciest vacation, but it was his first time stepping out of his comfort zone. During that trip, Ryan met people from all over the world who had followed their own paths. This experience opened his eyes to what was possible. When he returned, he felt more confident than ever. He enrolled in an online course to learn a new skill and began working on a small business idea he had been thinking about for years. The more he pursued what he truly wanted, the more his life began to change. Ryan wasn't rich, and he didn't become successful overnight. But each step he took made him feel more alive, more fulfilled, and more in control of his destiny. By the time he was 26, Ryan had traveled to several countries, built his business, and created a life that reflected his true desires. The biggest lesson he learned: you really can do whatever you want. It might take time, effort, and stepping outside your comfort zone. But nothing is stopping you from creating the life you dream of, except your own doubts. Moral: you are capable of more than you think. Don't let fear hold you back from living the life you want. Take small steps. Believe in yourself. And never stop pursuing your dreams. Part 2. Ryan's journey didn't come without its challenges. As he began pursuing his passions, he encountered many obstacles that tested his resolve. His business idea, though exciting, required more time, money, and effort than he had imagined. There were days when he felt overwhelmed, wondering if he had made the right decision by stepping away from the comfort of his old life. One day, after receiving negative feedback about his product, Ryan felt like quitting. Doubts crept back into his mind. Maybe this isn't for me, he thought. But just as he was about to give up, he remembered how far he had come. He wasn't the same person who had been stuck in a dead-end job. He had experienced growth, learned new things, and tasted the freedom of following his heart. That was something worth fighting for. Instead of seeing the setback as a failure, Ryan chose to see it as a learning opportunity. He reached out to mentors, did more research, and slowly improved his product. The process was slow, and there were still moments of frustration. But with each small win, Ryan's confidence grew. He realized that building something meaningful takes time, and that patience was key. As the months went by, Ryan found a balance between his work and his personal life. He still had days of doubt, but now, he faced them with a stronger mindset. He learned the importance of self-care, spending time with friends, and celebrating small victories. His journey was no longer just about success. It was about living a life that brought him joy and fulfillment. Ryan's story is a reminder that while chasing your dreams can be difficult, the journey itself is what makes it all worthwhile. Every setback is an opportunity to grow, and every small step forward brings you closer to the life you want. The key is to keep going, even when things get tough. Moral: success is not a straight line. Embrace the challenges, learn from them, and keep moving forward. The journey is just as important as the destination. Part 3. Ryan's persistence started to pay off. His business, which had once been a struggling concept, slowly began gaining traction. He remembered how scared he was to take the first step. But now, he was glad he did. More customers were discovering his product, and the feedback was getting better with time. But more importantly, Ryan felt a sense of fulfillment he had never known before. One afternoon, after a long day of work, Ryan sat down with a cup of coffee, reflecting on his journey. He thought about the countless nights spent doubting his decisions, wondering if he was capable of making his dream come true. He thought about all the failures along the way, and how each one had taught him something valuable. Now, he understood that success wasn't about avoiding failure, but about embracing it and using it to grow. His business wasn't huge yet, but it was his. Every sale felt like a victory. Every new client a reminder of why he chose this path. More than anything, Ryan realized that the true victory was in living authentically, pursuing a life he could be proud of. He no longer felt stuck or controlled by outside expectations. He was carving his own path, and that feeling was priceless. As he reflected, Ryan understood that the journey had shaped him into a stronger, more resilient person. It was a journey of self-discovery, of finding out what he was truly capable of when he believed in himself. Moral: believing in yourself and staying patient with your dreams is essential. The road to success is long, but with each step, you get closer to becoming the person you were meant to be. Part 4. As Ryan continued to build his business, he noticed something even more profound happening. It wasn't just about the success or the money, he was growing as a person. He was becoming more confident, more resourceful, and more capable of handling challenges. Each day taught him new lessons about resilience, problem solving, and adapting to the unexpected. One of the biggest lessons he learned was about the importance of relationships. In the beginning, Ryan was so focused on his goals that he sometimes neglected his friendships and family. But over time, he realized that having a support system made the journey less lonely. His friends and family were there for him during tough times, offering advice and encouragement when he needed it most. Their belief in him helped him keep going, even when he felt like giving up. Ryan started to see that success wasn't just about achieving a goal but about who you become along the way. He learned that true happiness comes from balancing work with the things that matter most: family, friends, and personal growth. It wasn't always easy, but with every challenge, he became more grateful for the life he was building. One night, as he sat down with his friends for dinner, Ryan looked around the table and felt a deep sense of gratitude. He was surrounded by people who cared about him, and he was doing something he loved. It was in these moments that he realized how much he had grown. He wasn't just chasing a dream anymore. He was living it. Moral: the journey to achieving your goals is about more than just success. It's about personal growth, learning from challenges, and appreciating the relationships that support you along the way. Part 5. As the months went by, Ryan's business started gaining more recognition. The challenges were still there, but now, he faced them with a newfound sense of calm. His experience had taught him that obstacles were part of the journey, not something to fear. With each new challenge, Ryan saw it as an opportunity to grow and learn. One day, a major setback occurred. A large deal he had been working on fell through at the last minute. It felt like a heavy blow. And for a moment, the old doubts resurfaced. Ryan questioned whether he was on the right path. But then, he remembered how far he had come and how much he had already overcome. This time, instead of being overwhelmed, he took a deep breath and faced the problem head-on. He reached out to his mentors, seeking advice on how to navigate the situation. He reevaluated his business strategies, made adjustments where needed, and stayed patient. Over time, things began to improve again. Ryan realized that setbacks were not the end but rather a chance to refocus and refine his approach. The experience taught him an even deeper lesson about perseverance. It's not about never failing. It's about rising each time you do. Ryan saw that every difficult moment was shaping him into a stronger, wiser person. And the more he pushed through, the more he believed that he was capable of handling anything life threw his way. Moral: setbacks are not the end. They are opportunities to learn and grow. Perseverance in the face of adversity is what ultimately leads to success. End episode. With newfound wisdom, Ryan embraced the idea that life is a journey filled with ups and downs. His business continued to grow. But now, his focus had shifted. He understood that true success is not merely measured by financial gain but by personal fulfillment and the positive impact he could make in the world. He began to volunteer his time and resources to help others in his community. Ryan organized workshops for aspiring entrepreneurs, sharing his knowledge and experiences. He wanted to inspire others to chase their dreams and show them that they too could overcome obstacles. The joy he felt in giving back was immense, and it reinforced his belief in the power of community and connection. One day, as he was speaking at one of his workshops, Ryan noticed a young woman in the audience. She looked inspired and eager to learn. After the session, she approached him, thanking him for sharing his journey. They struck up a conversation, and Ryan learned that she had always wanted to start her own business but had been too afraid to take the leap. Over time, they became friends, and Ryan encouraged her to pursue her dreams. He saw in her the same passion and potential he once had. Their friendship blossomed into something deeper, and they became partners in both life and business. Together, they supported each other's dreams, reminding each other that they could achieve anything they set their minds to. Ryan's story became not just about his individual journey but also about the power of collaboration, support, and love. He realized that when you follow your heart, the right people will come into your life. And together, you can achieve even more. Moral: life is a journey of growth, resilience, and connection. Embrace the challenges, support others, and believe in the power of collaboration. When you pursue your dreams with an open heart, you may find unexpected joy and companionship along the way.